Hello, I'm Heather Riley and welcome to today's math lesson for grade 6. My math tutorial videos are largely based on the curriculum found in the Math Focus textbooks, but the concepts and methods work no matter where you're doing your learning. You may know other methods for solving the same type of question, and that's terrific. Now let's get started on ratios. Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to take a look at equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios is really easy to get once you get the concept, and then you can do it like with any numbers at all. The best skill that will help you with this is knowing your times tables. It will make this super easy if you know them by rote. If you have memorized your times tables, it will make this super quick for you. Those of you who struggle a bit with multiplication, this is good practice for you. So the easiest way to think of equivalent ratios is if you think about the aspect ratio of a movie or a TV screen or a computer monitor. If your screen is currently this big, we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So your ratio would be 7 to 11. Then if you want to show this shrinking down or getting bigger, your numbers have to grow or shrink in groups of those same numbers so that your screen will still show the same amount of movie, let's say. So if you're making it smaller or bigger, the easiest way to do this would be to make a chart. So 7 to 11 is what we started with on our monitor. So in this chart, we're going to show the height and the width, which is what these two numbers represent. So if we start with 7 and we start with 11 as the height and the width, we have to go up by those same numbers. Okay, so if we're looking at 7, we're doing our 7 times tables for the height. For the width, we're looking at 11, so we're going to go up by groups of 11. We're going to use our 11 times tables. We can do that first because 11 times tables are super easy. So 11 times 1 is 11. 11 times 2 is 22. So all we've done is we've added 11 to 11, and that gets to 22. 11 times 3 is 33. 11 times 4 is 44. 11 times 5 is 55, and we could keep going. Okay, so all we're doing is we're doing the times table of that number that we started with. And these are all going to be equivalent ratios. Now for the height was 7, so we have to go up by 7s, your 7 times tables. So 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. Okay, so that's it. These are all equivalent ratios. So 7 to 11 is an equivalent ratio to 14 to 22. 7 to 11 is also an equivalent ratio of 28 to 44. Okay, so this is how you do equivalent ratios. It is super easy once you realize that you just go up in groups of whatever you started with. So the way to show these as equivalent ratios is if you were starting with 7 to 11 and it was asking you for an equivalent ratio, then you could say 7 to 11 is equal to, and then you just pick one, like 28 to 44. So it's almost like your line down the middle of your chart is your colon in your ratio. That's it. So if they started you with a bigger number, it can go down too. If they started you with 35 and 55, you could go down in groups of 11 to get smaller and smaller to the smallest possible ratio, and you could go down in groups of 7. Then you're using division instead of multiplication. So that's it. I hope this was easy for you. Once you have this formula down, that you're just going down in groups of the number you start with on both sides, then that's it. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy.